As dawn breaks over the vast expanse of this U.S. airbase, a sudden, jarring alarm pierces the early morning calm. Within seconds, the entire base transforms. Mechanics rush from hangars, pilots bolt towards their aircraft, and command towers light up like a battlefield nerve center. This isn't a drill. This is the moment every soldier trains for, and it's happening now. The engines ignite with a low growl that quickly erupts into a thunderous roar. 8 jet turbines working in perfect unison, generating over 136,000 pounds of thrust. The B-52, with its colossal wingspan and monstrous payload, begins to roll. It cuts through dust and wind as ground crews clear the path. And then, lift off. This isn't just a takeoff. It's a statement. A projection of American air power at its most raw and commanding form. crew switches to mission mode. The pilot checks altitude and course. The weapons officer scans the radar. There's no small talk, no distractions, only pure focus.
Go up yet.
At 35,000 feet, with nothing but clouds and silence around them, the crew must be prepared to make split-second decisions that could change the outcome of an entire operation. This is high-stakes aviation, calculated, calm, and utterly unforgiving. Below the B-52, the simulated combat zone comes into view. The crew prepares for release. Fingers hover over switches that command destruction. The weapons bay opens, metal groans under pressure, and then, in perfect synchronization, the payload is dropped. In a real strike, this would level an entire grid. But today, it's training. Yet, it feels just as intense. The stakes in practice are no less real when you're preparing for war. the B-52 begins its descent, the tone in the cockpit shifts. From intensity to precision, the aircraft glides back with the same calm it left with. The tires touch the runway, smoke rises, and the mission is complete. But for these airmen, the job is far from over. Because readiness is not a destination, it's a way of life.